Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Eden Zero Season 2 episode number 22 reaction. Right, the previous episode, a few things happened. First of all, the whole situation with Mueller is kind of resolved. Like Hermit was able to go against him, and Hermit Lagun also came in, and Weiss, all of them were able to defeat him. And there was also another thing that happened. We got to know what's happening with Kline. Kline was also one of the victims of Dr. Mueller, him and her and her brother. And we also know the reason why Jin's whole body is the technology that he has is because of Mueller. He experimented upon him when he was a kid in front of Kline, and that's why she has the trauma. So which no sorry sister was able to go into her mindscape and was able to kind of resolve that and make her forget about it. So I feel like Kline will also be fine from here onwards. And yeah, in the end, the whole situation in Foresta was resolved. However, as they say, in the end, the scars that it has caused, will it ever be able to be completely healed? I doubt that. I'm pretty sure the people in Foresta is forever going to be scared of robots from here onwards, even though the robots had no idea what they did, because they were literally being controlled and just yeah. So let's see what happens in this episode 22. Let us begin. Be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah, not so great, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but justice's whole perspective on justice is just yeah. Okay. Right. Hmm. Well, yeah, it has nothing to do with that. Yeah. What? Keep on acting. What? Wait, wasn't his goal to find a home planet? Does he have some other plan or something? What's going on? All right. Hmm. Okay, wait a minute. This is episode 22. How many episodes will we have this season? I think 24 should be. And we still haven't seen this guy Nero properly even. So I feel like that's what's going to happen in the remaining few episodes. Oh wait, we brought what's his name? Xenolith or like him with us, didn't we? He's with us now, I think, as far as I can remember. Or I don't know. Ocean 6. Eden's Kitchen. What? What? Yeah. No. Someone like this. Wow. Well, wait, so is she going to join us or something? Oh, this girl, yeah. Her, her friend, the robot. Oh, I guess she needed a little bit of closure. I don't. Oh, I don't know. It seems like a. Oh yeah, that yeah. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Well, no, he's a robot. Yeah, exactly. I don't tap him on his head a few times. I don't know. Yeah. Can't Herman do anything? Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, exactly. And he did it in such a crazy way. What? Hey yo. Yeah. Oh God, this guy reminds me so much of Jiraiya. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. Master Zenolith. Okay. What, defeat Ziggy? That? Oh yeah, Jin's. Wait, Jin does he know that clean is fine? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. Well, Miller is gone. Yeah. Oh, clean is fine. Hopefully. Yeah. So, okay, she has forgotten all the memories. I'm guessing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, now she can express her emotions. But then Lex, my question was, then will she have like a blank space in her memory or something? Like what's going to what? Oh yeah, he did plan that. Okay, okay, I forgot about that. Like that's why he was looking for sister as well. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Okay, like I said, my question. So what will happen to that part of her memory? Will it be blank or something in her head? I don't know. Angel feather. Oh my god, this guy. Yeah, you're analyzing. Okay. Oh my god. Never heard of her. Yo. Oh my god, never heard of her. Yeah. Oh god. What about Homura? He didn't show. Hmm. Hmm. Top officials are gone. Temple. Ah. Good for nothing psychotic son. Yeah, okay, I see. Hmm. Why is he standing like okay. Jaguar and Eraser. Okay. That was sinister. Planet Nero 1, the temple. Oh, are we gonna see more of these guys now? I think so. Oh, is this Nero? It's an octopus. This there you go, that's Shura. Okay, now translated. Great. Hmm. They could have easily just translated the names. I don't know why they didn't do that. Damn. Oh. Oh. Okay. Guys. Oh, that's how he takes decision. Shut up. Oh. Okay. Hmm. One. Oh my god. Everything's one. That's not good. Or I don't know if that's good or not. Yeah. Wait, there's one seat that is empty. I just realized. I won't do anything. Yo. Oh, did that the dice? Was that the dice? What the dice said? Ah. Yeah. Ijuna. Command of Ocean Sea. Oh, the whole command. Okay. Put your voice in my memory. I'm gonna kill Ziggy. Yeah, I don't think you can do that. Because the way I looked, Ziggy seems pretty strong, especially with his like new team. Okay. All right. Oh, she still doesn't believe him. No, probably not because of. Yeah. But then, oh, him teaching Shiki. Yeah, I was thinking him teaching Shiki his techniques or whatever. Yeah, will make sense. Okay. All right. Training arc. Shura's childhood. Oh, that's. Oh my God, he fell on his head. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, that makes so much sense. Why Shura has adopted child. And that's why I'd say. Probably the dice told. Oh, yeah, he's remembering. King of Gravity, right? You made a mess. Reverend Psycho. Ooh, because he's a robot? Is that why? No, Ziggy can like affect him. Dude, what is wrong with you? Are you stupid? Ah, typical. Yeah, that's why I killed our robot here as well. Yeah, like I said, he's just another stupid character. Just loves killing. Oh, training arc. Wait, are they doing this in VR or something? No, where is this? Oh no, it's not VR. It's probably inside their ship. Ah, there you go. Oh wait, it is a VR training facility. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh really? Oh, that's interesting. Damn, that's a flying witch. Ah, wait, what? Yeah. Oh, hyperbolic time chamber. Yeah. Ha. Okay. No, here's the thing. Poseidon, Nero, and they're going to mess with Ziggy, so I feel like we're going to get a little bit of time. What the? No, this is VR, so I think. Okay, yeah, it reflects. It's just fashion, I guess. There you go. Yo, calm down. Okay. Ah, okay. That's a requirement because the hands, if it's up, yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense because what? Well, you guys will also be tied up. If there you go. I mean, for him. Oh, oh. Yeah, you think so? Oh wait. Yeah. No, you cannot do that. Oh gosh, she's gonna smack. Because of the videos, yeah. Okay, don't open your mouth. Oh no, what's happening? What? Oh no, this is bad. Ziggy's hacking into him or something. Okay, well, this is a problematic situation. We're all tied up. Not the type of reunion, like another reunion I was expecting. Them all tied up, and I think the first thing that Ziggy will say is like, "The hell is this?" Oh god. Hmm. That is it. Yeah. Right. So that was this episode. Now, I've decided to kind of change up the discussion section a little bit. At first, I'll be talking about the whole episode, like 10 to 12 minutes. I'll talk about the whole episode as a whole, how I liked it and stuff. And then I'll go into a deeper discussion. So, first of all, overall, this episode was basically we get introduced, like it's like an aftermath episode. We get to see what happened to everyone else after the whole Foresta situation. Kline, how Kline became like how Kline like recovered, and then the whole justice, like like realizing like the whole Poseidon Nero situation, and then Poseidon Nero, we see them and Shura's whole thing, and then a little bit of a training. That was this whole episode, and then Ziggy suddenly just coming in. So overall, like nothing much to say overall about this episode. Is like I said, it's just the aftermath episode. Now, a few things that we have to like that was kind of interesting in this episode. First of all, is that I guess it makes sense. I don't remember if they explained it before, but Ziggy meeting Shura and how Shura's Poseidon Nero, he said something about how he wanted to pass on his techniques to him, but they're not compatible. That is why like Ziggy coming in was like a good, and obviously like we know why like Shura now like we now know why Shura has like the gravity, like like the techniques, because Ziggy was there, and now he plans to kill Ziggy and whatnot. Another thing we have to like realize, like looking at this whole episode, I just realized something. This is a very interesting situation. Like there's like three groups, like Shiki's group, then we have Poseidon Nero's group, um, then we have Ziggy's group and Orasian Says as well. So like like the not Orasian Says, sorry, what was the name? Orasian Says Interstellar, the Justices group. I forgot the name. Forgot the name. So there's like four groups, and each of the group are like trying to like like kind of go against each other, with only Shiki's group being the only group who is not really being threatened by anyone else. Like just look at it. First of all, oh no, I guess like Ziggy's trying to like yeah, Ziggy's probably going to like like attack Shiki's group or something. But other than that, everyone else is like beefing with everyone each other. Like for example, what's the name? Poseidon Nero's group, they're trying to fight Ziggy, and like Shura has decided to kill Ziggy. Over there, Orasian Says Interstellar, I think, they are trying to get and like take care of Shura, while over there, yeah, Shiki's group, they're trying to stop Ziggy, and at the same time, what was the other group? Wait, oh, I just mixed everything up. Shiki's group, Russian Says Interstellar, Ziggy, and Poseidon Nero. Yeah, the only, like I said, the only group that is trying to do something to Shiki's group is Ziggy's group. But that it in itself is not like the main goal of Ziggy's now. Ziggy has some other goal, like which is like, as we know, like like killing humans and like like ruling over humans. That is like the main goal. So if you think about it, like like Eden Zero is kind of like in the safe spot now. Like nobody's like really trying to mess with them. Like Eden Zero has a goal that is stopping Ziggy, and that's it. Nobody's like really trying to like actively beef with us, while everyone else is like having their own thing. Shura is trying to like attack Ziggy. Ziggy is trying to do his own like world domination goal. Orasian Says Interstellar is trying to stop Ziggy and Shura, like, and like that whole thing. So I feel like we're in a good situation. We can like kind of calmly and like go and do our thing. But again, like I said, Ziggy does have his eyes on Eden Zero as well. But his main goal is not that. His main goal is like ruling over everyone. So yeah, that's why I'm saying like we are in a good position. No one's actively trying to attack us or kill us. They're busy with their own thing. And we're like kind of like not the bystander, but we have like the choice to do what we can, and like not getting actively threatened by any other group. But in the end, Ziggy does come and try to is going to talk to us. So I don't know what's up with that. So let's see. All right. So yeah, that was the episode. Also, Kline and like it was nice seeing Kline back, and Kline and Jin kind of joining our group. Also, we get to see a little bit of Zenolith. Now, here's one thing that's kind of bugging me a little bit. Zenolith says something about a maintenance. He says like, oh, 7 more days. Sometimes I've seen anime do this, like characters like, like Xenolith, who are like usually are more of a positive type character. Like they try to kind of hide stuff from, like people, especially stuff that might make them sad. So this is just a thought. He said something about a maintenance, but I feel like there's more to it. He like this is a nagging feeling in my head that's making me think that he's probably going to, like, the 7 days that he said is probably going to be the end of his lifespan or something. And he just told everyone that, oh, maintenance, because he didn't want others to worry about him. Like that is what I'm thinking. I might be completely off the mark, like, and it'll be good if I'm off the mark, because it'll be sad seeing him suddenly, like, he's going to like train us for the 7 days, and then if he suddenly just stops, like, like working, and if it's like as he says, if it's a maintenance and he'll be back soon, then it's fine. But what I'm thinking is like he might have just lied there, just so that we don't worry about him. You know. So yeah, I don't know. That's just a speculation on my part. I might be wrong, and it'll be nice if I'm wrong. Also, another thing happened here. We get to meet the crew of Poseidon Nero. And as I said, Poseidon Nero is beefing with Ziggy now. So like we're literally in the safe spot. Nobody's like trying to attack us or anything. But we like, okay, I feel like this is one thing I don't like. Why do they not, they translate everything? Why not the names? That's like we see so many characters and none of their names we know now. Like like we'll have to. It's not translated, and I don't know. Obviously, we're going to get to know little by little. Uh, but yeah, like I think the only characters we know from out of these characters are Poseidon Nero, Shura, and then that girl who Shura talks to, that secretary girl or whatever, and then there's this robot whose name we get to know in the end. So, and that's all. All the other characters we don't know their names. But yeah, like this group of characters seems interesting. He has like a wait, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There's like 8 seats. One seat is empty. I'm wondering if that empty seat is for the girl, like that girl who was just standing, or maybe not, or maybe that's just an empty seat where someone else should be sitting, but he's not here. He or she's not here at the point of time. So yeah, who knows? Oh no, wait. I think. Wait a minute. He talks about the oceans. Where's that part? Just a minute. Let me go back to that part. Right. Okay. Wait a minute. Something I just realized. Nero's top officials are gathered at Planet Nero 1. Also, oh no, never mind. Yeah, those are the top officials of Nero. I was thinking something else. Never mind. Scratch that. All right. So yeah, and so there you go. That was like this, like whole episode. And oh, I also forgot to mention that girl. Her name was what was her name? Aduna. Yeah, Aduna. I'm guessing she'll be staying with us now. I think. And also Couchpool's here. I'm guessing Couchpool will also, like, will she join us or something, or will we just like kind of like like return her back to her planet or whatever? I don't know. But the ones that we are sure about is like Clean and Jin are officially joining. Laguna. Oh, I forgot to mention that the whole Laguna thing. He says something about like faking his motives unless and until he like fulfills his motive. It's kind of interesting because his motive, as he said, was to find a home planet, but that doesn't seem like that's the full story. So that's interesting. Yeah, and then obviously, yeah, so overall this was just a like an aftermath episode, and this is just like building up whatever's going to happen in the next few episodes. So yeah, so there you go, that was this. It was a good episode, getting to see, well, like like everyone is okay, and like like the best part of this episode was obviously like Kline getting better and her being able to express emotions again. That was the best part of this episode, obviously. So yeah, so there you go. Now I'm going to go into a more deeper explanation, just like I usually do. You like go step by step throughout the whole episode and talk about it. So okay, now in this episode we begin with Elsie. like kind of like talking with us and telling us about how she's sorry about like involving us and everything. And Shiki's group is like, it's fine, like no problem, everything is okay now. And yeah, so okay, where's that part? Even among the government, those six are special. Apparently, their powers. No, wait, just a minute. Let me go back. Okay, they say like justice must be very strong if he was able to fight against you. And she says that, okay, he's in Oration says a special forces unit of the Interstellar Union Army. Oh, I see. Yeah, so they are the Oration says Interstellar. Like this, this part kind of like always confused me. The Oration says and Oration says Interstellar, but now yeah, I think I understand now. Okay, so Elsie says yeah. Even among the government, those six are exceptional. Apparently, the powers even rival Russian says Galactica. Okay, Galactica and Interstellar. Interstellar. Okay. Right. So okay, and then they kind of like like I said, like she apologized for like like kind of join, like, involving them in her whole situation, and like and all that. And later on, Laguna kind of comments on how oh, like Elsie knows you guys. No wonder you fought with Draken. But as it's like not because of that we fought. We would have fought either way. So here we go. Until I've achieved my goal, until then I'll keep acting as a person who has no goal to achieve. There you go. What does that mean? Because we know, like he has told us his goal is finding a home planet or whatever, like that. And now he's like, oh, I'm going to act as someone who has no goal to achieve unless and until I achieve my actual goal. Right, interesting. Okay, now we get to see Couchpo in the kitchen and Moscow also kind of like, like eating with her. And then we meet Aruna. And Aruna, okay, so obviously, like Rebecca and all of them brought Aruna to the place where Michan died. And which I guess it's harsh, but it's necessary. Otherwise, she probably, if we lied to her saying something like, oh, I'm sure Michan is fine, that would probably just make her even sadder and just like be like a whole burden to her. She'll just have an expectation. And so actually telling her the truth was important here. I remember, I think like, I remember sister saying something, yeah, not sister, sorry, witch doing the same thing for that girl, the robot in love, that episode, where she didn't really like pull any punches. She was like, oh, this happened, like, and Rebecca was trying to kind of like soften the blow, but like she just directly told them the truth. So I guess after like seeing that, Rebecca also decided to be a lot more like like not to like soften any blow and just tell the person like, oh, this happened. And that's what she did, like for Aruna, like, and just told her the truth. So she says how she doesn't have any family, and Michan was the only person she had. And so what's her name? Aruna. And like which talks about Valkyrie, how we also lost her, and how like they're like they're probably in heaven. And Aruna's like, oh, will the robots also go to heaven? And she's like, yeah, definitely. So there you go. And then after that, we get the whole situation with Xenolith. Hermit is like Xenolith is legendary. This is unbelievable. Because yeah, it makes sense. You see like in the background of Hermit, we see the statue of Xenolith, and she's like, what the hell is this small little thing? This is that Xenolith? I'm sure he's lying. He's probably like acting as he's Xenolith or something. So he's and Shiki's like, but it is true that he used the same technique as me. Also, his technique was like way above what I can do. And so and he suddenly like when Pino and Happy were like, oh, we don't feel any kind of like like presence in this, he just pops back and he's like, oh, I'm back, like I'm back, like I uploaded my data to the cloud just so that I don't get virus attacked. So now I just re-uploaded it back to me. I downloaded it, not re-uploaded it. What does that even mean? Downloaded it into this thing again. And yeah, I'm back now. And like I said, he reminds so much of Jiraiya. Like he's like, oh, look at these young gals. Wow. and obviously his like attitude, his like like his whole being the master of like of technically grandfather here, but for Naruto it was like the master of his father. Like Minato's master, Jiraiya, while here it's Ziggy's master, so grandfather's teacher. So all these like the reasons why I'm like, yeah, he really reminds me of Jiraiya. Either way, he's like he talks about how he uploaded that whole thing, he says, and then he's like, I have one thing to do, you know. Okay, and then we go to Jin's whole like like that whole section where Weiss comes in and Weiss is like, you know what? I'm sorry, like I treated you too harshly, and that is the thing, you don't know what's happening to people, what they might be going through. So just like kind of like talking to them nicely is better most of the time. And Wise really did kind of, obviously he didn't know what's going on and for what reason Jin had to work with all these like like these criminals. Now he knows. And like now he knows like he had to do it because he wanted to find Clean's cure. And now he like respects him for that, and he's like, yeah, you know what, I saw what you went through, so I was a bit harsh with you guys, I'm sorry. And while they were having this conversation, like sister comes out, and sister's like, oh, she's fine, just go and take a look at her. And they go in, and yeah, Clean is okay. And like sister says, like I was able to like kind of like take out that part of the memory, and that like this is my question. So what happened to that part of her memory then? Like is it like a blank? Like obviously, I'm pretty sure she has her memories of her childhood before she met Mueller, and then the whole Mueller situation, and then everything after that. So if you take out the Mueller situation out of her memories, what is going to happen to that part of the memory? Will it just be hazy? I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. It'll probably be like hazy for her. She'll probably be like, oh, like I remember up until this point of time, and then I don't remember what happened after that, and then again I remember. Like it'll be, the memory will be hazy like that. I'm guessing it's something like that will happen. So, so okay, here we go. What she says is that, brother, you promised, in order to help me heal my heart, you will find a person himself. So there you go. So she does remember, does know that there was something wrong with her, some kind of problem with her heart. But I'm pretty sure she doesn't know the detail and the reasoning behind it, because sister actually took it out. The reasoning behind her like whole thing is Mueller, and if Mueller's memory is taken out of her, that part is definitely she doesn't remember. So all she remembers is that, oh, I had an illness, and brother promised me that he'll find sister. That's all she remembers, and that's good, like she the like it's good that her that part of the memory is gone now, because she doesn't now need to remember that, and hopefully Mueller never comes back. I'm pretty sure like Hermit like completely destroyed him. So yeah, so there you go. And yeah, in the end Clean is like, oh, like thank you for helping me out, thank you for like, and smiles. And yeah, and everyone's like, oh, she can smile now, because yeah, obviously like since the trauma is not there, that emotional like thing, she can smile, she can laugh, she can be sad, everything is okay now. And yeah, there you go. It's nice. Right. So after that, we get to the Ration says Interstellar, and this guy Creed, I think his name is. He's just looking at Homura's pictures. And the other guy, what was his name? I don't remember. He's like, "What the hell are you doing? Huh? You're like looking at like raunchy stuff," and he gets like embarrassed. And he's like, okay, I'm trying to find out about Eden's Zero. And they're like, we don't need to do that now. Like, we have way more pressing matters. But Creed is like, no, like, the thing is, like, it's very interesting seeing, like, like getting to know more about them. You know who Creed reminds me of? He reminds me of that guy. What's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. You know that guy from Fairy Tail? Who was, like, a spy or whatever? And, like, who... What was his name? He kind of became a part of Fairy Tail as well, but then we got to know that he was a spy. The one who's associated with Wendy, like who was always paired up with Wendy, that guy. I forgot his name completely. And in the end, he does kind of become the part of our group, if you remember. Because at first, like, like I remember oh my god, it's been so long I've watched Fairy Tail, I've forgotten half of the names. What was his name, like, like Mavic? Wait a minute. Laxus's no, grandfather. Yeah, grandfather. What's his name? The guild master. Oh God, what the hell is happening to me? No. Oh, this is going to bother me if I don't find out. Makarov. Yeah, Makarov. Oh God, it's so long. Oh, I forgot his name for a moment. Makarov, yeah. You remember, like, Makarov like became like the kind of gave him like a like a little like introduce, like, kind of like took him in and said, like, oh, you're part of Fairy Tail. And then I'm not going to say anything, like it'll be spoiled. I'm pretty sure everyone has watched Fairy Tail at this point. Like the whole where he manipulated his memories. You remember that? And he kind of acted as a, like a spy for the other group, but at the same time, in the end, when the memory, that whole manipulation was taken out, he became again part of Fairy Tail. That whole thing, I remember that guy. What was his name? I cannot remember it. But that whole thing, he reminds me of him. Creed reminds me of him because of his whole, like, like this, because technically the whole situation in Fairy Tail was like, at first we were like, oh, he's part of the other group, and then he kind of joined us, and then we realized that he's a spy for them, and then in the end we realized that this is all a, like a setup, because Makarov did it, kind of like, like altered his memories, because he himself told them to alter his memories so that he can, like, like he was like literally like a double agent or whatever, something like that, I remember. So it kind of reminds me of that, because him having like an interest in Homura and him trying to find out the good things about Eden Zero, that literally reminds me of that. Anyways, so he's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing, like, all these characters, because the more I get to know more about them, they're quite an interesting bunch. And so the other guy's like, all right, let me see. Rebecca Beekeeper, never heard of her. That's just like completely, like, what can I say? Uh, and then Wise, he's from 50 years ago. And then there is miniature androids, three androids who work for Ziggy. I love how he just completely skips Homura because. Oh. And then Moscow is like, who the hell is this? And then Shiki. There you go. So yeah. And he's like, all right, you know what? I'm glad that you have interest in them, but for now we should, like, focus on Poseidon, Nero, and Ziggy. So yeah, over there, Justice, like, gets contacted by Holy. I think that was her name. And Holy's like, oh, like, like we have to take care of Nero's son, like Shura, because he'll be trouble in the future. If when Nero's going to die, he's going to take over, and if he takes over, that'll be trouble. So literally, this is literally the, you remember the Drac and Joe situation where, like, like it would be troublesome in the future where, like, if he becomes like the leader of the whole thing, and if he gets his hands on Cat Leaper, like the whole future is doomed. Kind of like that, I guess, like Loki, because here as well as Holy says, if he gets and becomes in charge, it'll be trouble. Which, yeah, makes sense. Seeing his personality and his, like, like looking at this guy, like he is going to be trouble if he becomes like the leader or whatever. So yeah, either way, so okay, she says that I have sent two people. Okay, there are too many. There are too many big fish in our cosmos. Too much for you to handle. Jaguar and Eraser are headed that way. Okay, so these two characters they've sent. So yeah, they're going to take care of help Justice with the situation. And Justice says, "What about you? Are you not going to come?" And Holy says something like, "I have a different prey." So obviously, it's a sinister smile. Who knows what her prey is? So yeah, we'll see. Either way, then we get to see more about Poseidon Nero and the whole group. We get introduced to all these characters. Unfortunately, we don't know their name. Everyone like seems, obviously shootout we get to meet. There's like two girls we get to meet. One girl is like a, it's a very interesting character design. Like one eye like white, another eye black, and then she has a white and black hairstyle with like heart shaped glasses. She's probably like the best character, like at least my favorite character design out of all the characters in here, you know. And yeah, so and then there's Poseidon Nero, who's literally an octopus, a space octopus. his mustache is okay. Oh boy. Right. So his power is interesting. He says something about using ether to kind of like like roll the dice and get to know what's going to happen in the future or whatever. So he rolls the dice and he's like, interesting, like 1 1 1. So he's like, I'm going to not involve myself with the whole Ziggy situation. Shura, I give everything, all the thing to you because that's what the dice says, and he's going to like follow the dice. So, and Shura's like, "Are you sure, Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what the dice said." And Shura, in his head, he's like, "Ah, you foolish old father. Like, like all you do is like take, like advice from the dice. Like, and now that you made me the leader, I'm going to show you, And yeah, so this girl, Ijuna, that's her name. And she's like, okay, I'm transferring everything to you, like Shura. So all the people here, the Ocean 6, the command of Ocean 6 has been transferred to you. So yeah, best of luck. So yeah, he's like, first goal, killing Ziggy. Okay, so, and then next we get to see Zenolith. And here Zenolith is like, there was a bigger reason why he targeted Foresta. Not only because of the robots there, but because he didn't want me to meet you. Which makes so much sense because, like, if Zenolith meets Shiki, then Shiki will probably get, like, Zenolith will probably teach Shiki and, like, like Shiki will get more stronger. So he'll be a threat towards Ziggy. And that's why it makes sense why he would try to go there. But one thing is like odd here, because if he really was targeting a Zenolith, why would he just, oh, I guess, like what I was going to say is like, why would he just hack, like put the virus in the robots and just not do anything? Like that's what he literally did. He put Dr. Mueller in the the control of the whole situation, and he never did anything. Ziggy never even interacted with that whole planet. So if he really wanted to stop Zenolith from interacting with Shiki, I feel like he would have went there and did it himself. Because obviously, like, I doubt he expected the virus to do anything to Zenolith. Like Zenolith said, he just uploaded his whole thing into a cloud device and then like brought it back. So that makes no sense. If his real goal was really to stop Ziggy from meeting Shiki, I feel like he would have gone there and stopped Shiki and them from meeting. On him himself would have done that. He wouldn't like let that whole thing on like Dr. Mueller and just do his own thing. I doubt that he would have done that. So I don't know, like it makes sense what Zenolith says here, but at the same time, it's very odd how like Ziggy never really supervised the whole situation and he just left it to Dr. Mueller. If that was really what he wanted to do, if that was really his goal, not to let him meet Shiki, he would have gone there himself and stopped it himself, but he never did that. That's what's bothering me here. Like, it's kind of weird. So, I don't know. Anyways, so, right. So, Zenolith is like, I'm going to teach you everything that I know. And, yeah. So, trading arc begins. And after that, we get to see a little bit more of Shura when he was a kid and how Ziggy came here. And remember like when Poseidon Nero said something about like how Ziggy was his friend. This is what we see here. Ziggy's here and like Poseidon Nero is like, oh, you're here, Ziggy. He's like, oh, should I go inside and play? And Ziggy says like what's up with your kid? Like he is not the same species as you. And he's like, oh, I adopted him. That's what the dice said. Everything he does is like what the dice says. Goddamn. So he's like, I wanted to pass my power to him, but it's incompatible. And good thing that you're here now. So I'm guessing he told Ziggy to kind of teach him or something like that. And then here we can see Ziggy says something like, "Oh, you adopted a kid," and he's like, obviously, he's probably thinking about Shiki. Now here's one thing that I'm not really sure about. Did this happen before he got Shiki or after he got Shiki? Like, I'm talking about Ziggy. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, him seeing Poseidon Nero adopt a kid, did this make him like interested? Like he says here, like, oh, a son, huh? Did this make him interested in having like adopting a child, and is that why he adopted Shiki? Or at this point, did he already adopt Shiki? That's what I'm not 100% sure about. I'm not really clear about that. Because, like, if this happened before he adopted Shiki, it would mean that listening to seeing Poseidon Nero adopt a kid, he himself got interested in it. And he, like, probably found Shiki somewhere. But if this is happening after he adopted Shiki, then at this point, he's probably just thinking about Shiki. Like, so it'll be two different things. If this happened before or after he adopted Shiki. If it happened before he adopted Shiki, this would be this would give him an urge to adopt Shiki, I guess. If not, then this probably is like a little bit. It made him a little bit like think about Shiki and like think about how like he. I remember him saying that he. No, wait. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this is happening before he adopted Shiki because I remember them saying how he, he adopted, he found Shiki. No, at first he was like touring the galaxy with the shining stars, and then, like he found Shiki, he came back to this planet, and then the shining stars left, and then he, however, stayed in the planet. What was the name of the planet? Granville, isn't it? Yeah, he stayed there with Shiki, you remember, and took care of Shiki, and when Shiki was like a all grown up, almost grown up, he then left again. So I'm pretty sure this is happening before he adopted Shiki because after he adopted Shiki, he stayed in Granville for a long time. So I doubt that this is after he adopted Shiki. It would make no sense, or maybe I don't know. Anyways, I think this is probably before he adopted Shiki, and as he saw like Poseidon Nero adopt a child, he probably got interested, and then he adopted Shiki, and then went back to Granville and stayed there for a long amount of time. I think that's what happened. Right. Anyways, it's just again like a speculation. Mm, yeah, and should I later on? Here we go. 15 years ago, he says. So I'm pretty sure this happened before he adopted Shiki. Yeah. So Shura's like, 15 years ago, I was able to learn the basics from you, and now I'm going to, like show you who's the boss here or whatever. Okay, this poor guy, this robot guy, what's his name? Okay, what's his name? Shura calls him by his name. I think, where is it? Reverend Saika, yeah. He's like, oh, Reverend Saika, come here. And he's like, what? Crushes his head. God damn. I'm like, yeah, like this is what you're doing. Obviously, everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is one trope of anime villain characters, which is one of the most cringiest things. Like, I have to say, like this makes the villain so cringy. Is killing their own teammates. The hell is up with that? How edgy are you that you are trying to like? What is this? I've seen like all animes do this. Like there's always this one crazy villain character who kills off their own like allies for some weird ass reason. I've always found that so cringy, and that makes me like cringe so hard. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what? Like what is this? This literally makes this guy one of the like Shura again, another one of those edgy characters is like, oh, I kill my own own allies, haha, I'm so edgy, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I can't like I can't like this guy. Another one of those like this is like like good villain characters, and then there's these like edgy, cringy villain characters. Shura's probably one of them. And out of all the I wouldn't call them villain characters, but the villain characters, I guess, a better one here in Eden Zero is probably, um you know what, most of the characters in Eden Zero are kind of really bad, like the villain characters, like they're really evil. By bad I mean evil. Like, for example, what's his name, Draken Joe as well, if you remember. He also did so many messed up stuff. And then there's that lady, you remember, what was her name, Homura's mother. She was like the worst character ever. Like like she was definitely the worst. And then there's that do you remember that dude who kidnapped Rebecca? Oh yeah, every freaking character, villain character in this show is like, they like really made them evil and bad and unlikable. Like, sometimes I guess you could say like the only likable villain character here, but I cannot really call him a villain character here, is probably Justice. But that's what I'm saying. I cannot really call him a villain character because he's not really a villain. He's just against us, and he has his own goal. So the only likable, I guess you could say, antagonistic character is probably Justice now. Other than that, every freaking villain character we've met in Eden Zero is so unlikable and just so bad, which makes it good, like we can hate these characters completely. Oh, Mueller, I forgot about Mueller. He's another scumbag. Oh god. So yeah, like there you go. So now we have this like edgelord, Shura, who's like, oh look at me, I killed my ally, how cool I am, So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to be another one of those unlikable characters. So let's see, and we'll probably have to deal with him now. So yeah, the only, I guess, likable antagonistic character in Eden Zero up until now is probably Justice. Other than that, all these characters we've met are just so unlikable and so, like, yeah, like just I'm glad that most of them are gone. Like, yeah, you know what, now that I think about it, most of them are dead, are either dead or like are just gone. Like, I remember like Homura's mother, we don't know what happened to her. Then we have Draken Joe, who's dead. Not dead, but he was arrested, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen to him, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be dying very soon. He doesn't have much time left. And then there is Mueller, who's dead. Who else? Yeah, and then that guy, Ilegar, whatever his name was, that guy who kidnapped Rebecca. He's dead as well, I think. I don't remember. So yeah, most of the villain characters are dead here. The unlikable villain characters. So I'm kind of glad about that. So yeah. Either way, so later on we get to see them in VR, doing a little VR training, and I'm like, how is that going to help your body to train? So here, Hermit says like it's the same principle as Digitalis. It's a sync VR sync, third generation VR. You run in VR, your body is going to like burn calories or whatever, do the training. That's kind of nice, really nice, And here, like Zenolith says that I'm doing this like because I need to train you guys within the 7 days. I'll be going in maintenance after that. This is what I'm saying. I've seen anime characters do this before, where they try to hide the truth so that they don't really make the others sad by telling a lie. Like, there's a part of me that makes me think maybe this was a lie. He's probably like maybe he's just going to stop working or something, and this is literally the end of his lifespan. And he just told everyone that, oh, it's just a maintenance, so that not to worry about them or make them sad. I might be completely wrong, but and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. Anyways, either way, Kleena also comes in, and Kleena's like, oh, I'm also going to join you guys. And she's like, I told brother to join us, so join the group, so I'll be staying with you guys. And she's like smiling, and Rebecca is like, oh, she's so cute when she smiles. And as soon as Kleena says like, oh, we'll be your crewmates, Shiki's like, oh, we're friends now, and she tries to jump at her. Jin stops Shiki midway. And Shiki's like, oh, you'll be my friend as well? And Jin is like, you know what, whatever. Yeah, fine. We're friends. Okay, and now here Zenolith says, like, we'll be doing a special training to use our ether gear when you're tied up. And that is important, We've seen this having so much trouble in the previous times, where Homura literally wasn't able to do anything because her hands were tied. So we need to, this is one of the biggest weakness. So to conquer this weakness, we have to do this. So, Yeah, Weiss was very happy. He's like, oh, like, he'll be tying everyone up, but then he realized it's literally tied him in a like a cocoon. And he's like, what the hell is this? And then that was funny. Oh boy. And then Jin is like, oh, I can do this. He just detaches his hands. Oh my god. And he's like, oh, don't worry, Clint, I'll save you. And she's like, no, don't do that. Like, I need to train here. So everything's going well, and he's like chugging stuff towards him, training them. But then suddenly something happens. He gets hacked by Ziggy, I'm guessing. So that's why I'm saying this is like a weird situation. Like all of them are like tied up, and Ziggy's just there. Oh god, such a weird scenario. But we'll see what happens next episode. So there you go. That was this episode. Episode number 20. I just forgot what episode. 22. Wait a minute. Which episode was this? Just a minute. Yeah, 22. Episode number 22 of Eden Zero season 2. So yeah. Wait a minute. How many episodes will this season have? I think 24, or is it 25? It's either 24 or 25. Let me just check. Oh god, it's left an unknown. My anime list is just. Okay, I went to Annie list. Episode 25. Yeah, 25 episodes. So 3 more episodes after this. Okay, so that was it, and that's my reaction to episode number 22 of Eden Zero season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Eden Zero. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.